Welcome to KnicksNow.com. Jonah, Ballow here. It's time for our scouting report with Assistant Coach Jim Todd. The next opponent on the docket is the Washington Wizards, and I think we have to start with the backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. What do you see from those two, and what challenges do they present for your squad?
I mean, our first challenge is going to be, we talked about a little bit today in our coaches meeting, is we got to get back in transition. Huge team, as far as pushing the ball and running, we have to get back and match with those two guys. Wall's as fast as anybody in the league, and we have to try to build a wall, so to speak, and try to stop his dribble penetration.
How about the kick out too? It looks like Bradley Beal has become a terrific shooter.
Yeah, I mean, we know they have some guys on the perimeter. We're going to have to be able to close out to those guys and hopefully take that three away, especially the corner three. But you got to stop the ball first. First and foremost is stop the ball. We've been struggling at stopping the ball. A lot of penetration in the paint and easy baskets. We got to take those away first and then eventually get out to the three ball.
All right, they made the deal to bring in Todd. Obviously, they ship out, Mecca Okafor in the deal. How do they look different with him in the center position and Nene at power forward? A pretty big front line there.
Yeah, I mean, with those two guys going at you, and I don't know if Al Harrington's, back yet or not. I know he was questionable, so that's more than a formidable front line, and we're going to be tested there. We're a little bit undersized. I hate to use the word undersized, but a little small maybe with not Tyson in there, and just puts Andrea in a tough bind having to play these big, strong, tough five guys every night. We saw what happened the last game in Indiana. We think I don't want to say he ran out of gas, but his legs probably got a little bit heavy going against Hippett all night long and chasing him on a back-to-back after having Drummond. So this is another big, tough guy inside.
With the Indiana game, you don't like to use, the words moral victories and stuff like that, but in terms of the way you guys played, really showed up against probably the best team in the league, not named the Spurs,
right,
and played really well against them. What can you take from that contest and carry it over into this one against Washington?
Just as you said, it was, again, you're right, not a moral victory, but was a lot of positives coming out of it. We thought we had the game won. As you say, it's never over till it's over. But in our mind, unfortunately, we made that foul late, and normally that's not going to happen. But we thought we could have won that game, and we're trying to build on that. We had great energy. We were pretty comfortable coming through that whole 48 minutes, and then we just didn't get it done in overtime.
Was there some adjustments there on the perimeter? It seemed like the guards were trying to fight over screens a little bit more, playing a little bit of a more traditional man-on-man. Well, we do switch a lot. I know a lot of people talk about us switching, but switching for us is always a last resort. We hear people say all the time, and sometimes media things, they switch a lot. Well, we only switch if we get beat. We don't want to lay on a screen, but if you do get picked off, we feel it's better to have a body on a body than not have anybody. So, but switching is only a last resort. But you are right. We are trying to get over the screens, which is what we've always done in the past. We want to get over that screen, get into the body, and try to ride him off that pick. What do you think about Melo's rebounding performances so far? We know he can put the points on the board. We've seen that throughout his career, but he seems to be pounding the glass every single game. We saw 18 in this last one.
I think every day, especially since we've been, losing, too many games for us, he's trying to take more of a responsibility and put the team on his shoulders. He's done everything you can possibly ask for a guy, and he's getting beat up in there too, and still comes up with, double-doubles.
Beno Udrih looks like he's shaking off some of the rust. Played really well against Indiana. He says that he's feeling more comfortable. How big of a positive of that is that moving forward, depending on the status of Raymond Felton?
I think it's good for him and the team. It's probably good for his psyche because he hasn't had a lot of opportunities because we've been comfortable with Raymond. But when as Woody always tells our guys, you got to be ready. Last year's team, everybody stepped up to help us win a game, and that's what we try to get across to our guys this year. When your number's called, be ready, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 38 minutes, or whatever he played the other night. So he did a great job for us, and unfortunately we came out on the wrong end of that. But I think it's a good thing going forward.
All right, the first stop is Washington, and then the West Coast. This is a long one, a big trip for the Knicks to try to rebound and get things back on the winning track. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. We need to go 4-0.
All right, there he is, Jim Todd, right here on KnicksNow.com.